In today's video, I'm going to break down the exact step-by-step process and roadmap that I use in my business to sign up $5,000 to $25,000 clients every single week and how you can do the same. By the end of this video, you'll be able to install this exact process for yourself, whether you're starting a brand new Facebook group from scratch or you have an existing group you just want to optimize to get more leads and sales. And to do this, we're going to jump into this Miro board where I'm going to break down the exact process for you so you can install it, copy it, or even steal bits and pieces of it. But first, we want to ask ourselves, why would you use a Facebook group? Well, it's simply just a community. A lot of people will tell you Facebook groups are dead, Facebook groups are rubbish. They don't know what they're talking about. They are dead if people don't know how to use them. Just like people say email is dead, just like people say that about everything, right? We're living proof that it's not dead. And if you use this the right way, you can harness a great amount of power and sign up a lot of clients through it. So a Facebook group is just a community, just like a congregation of people, a gathering, a Facebook group. You have groups, I think group chats on Instagram, Telegram groups. It's just a congregation of people. It doesn't really matter where it is. With the Facebook group, however, we're going to have some nice tips and tricks we can do to actually generate leads from it. And so the first thing to ask before we even jump into what we have on the screen here, which I know you're probably already checking out, is why would somebody want to join your Facebook group? Why? What's the reason? Why would they want to join your group? And you want to think about WIIFM. What's in it for me? Nobody's just going to join your group because you say, hey, join my group, or just because you ask them nicely. People have to know what's in it for them. And think about for yourself, why would you join a group? And so when you're thinking about WIIFM for them, what could you give them? Could you give them a great community? Could you treat your group like some kind of lead magnet? And that's what we want to do. A group is a community. It can also be used to house lead magnets. It can also be used as a funnel, and we're going to use them in all these ways. So you're going to see me turn to you and back over here as we go through some of this stuff on the Miro board right here. So now that we've established what our Facebook group, what the value is going to be and why somebody would absolutely want to join, solving your target market's problems, pain points, challenges, and concerns, and something a bit more exclusive than just what you're going to share on your other socials. And we're going to drive traffic. Traffic are just people, eyeballs. We're going to drive them to your Facebook group. Traffic can come from anywhere. Traffic is traffic after all. It could be the Facebook profile, Instagram profile, YouTube profile, LinkedIn profile, and emails, and many more. It could be TikTok, it could be Pinterest. Traffic is traffic. And so the ways of driving that traffic to your group are going to be very similar across multiple platforms. The key is to be consistent. With the Facebook profile, I'll give an example here first. I really like moving people from the Facebook profile to a Facebook group simply because there's a lot less friction. You're not taking people to another platform. You're not making them leave where they already are. They are on Facebook. They are simply just moving into another room, so to say. And so static links are some ways you're going to be able to do this. Posts, pinned posts and banners are part of your static links. So static links, I want you to think of like, these are just things that exist on your profiles, on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. Your static links, I've given two examples here. When people come to my profile, I had this pinned post here, which people could want this lead magnet and comment below to get it. And it was housed inside my group. I got over 300 group joins from this one post alone. And this one at the time was my banner image. I've since changed it. And people would come in every single week, usually daily. We would get new people joining the group simply by clicking the link in the banner as well. So these are static, things that all new traffic are going to see over and over and over again. Then you have posts. So you could have written posts, you could have video posts, infographics, and you give a call to action for people to go deeper with you, go further with you, get more value and knowledge, and something exclusive that the general public isn't going to get inside your Facebook group. You give a call to action on those posts. Stories as well. Maybe once a week you're giving a call to action in a post. Maybe once a week you're giving a call to action in a story. And then you have inbound and outbound DMs. Inbound DMs, people asking you questions, seeing how they can get help from you, messaging you, and then you can point them to your Facebook group for some help. And outbound DMs, you could do outreach with something very valuable. Like I gave this guide away, I think it was like 40 or 50 odd pages. I gave this away inside my Facebook group So you could do outreach with something like that, a free course, anything that's really valuable. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. You could do this so many different ways. These are just the ways that I've done it. And so if your static links, your pinned post, and your banner are bringing people in, if not every day, at least multiple people every single week, your posts are bringing a few people a week, your stories are bringing in a few people a week, and inbound and outbound DMs, maybe multiple people a week or multiple people a day, you could be driving some serious traffic to your group here. And you may wonder, why do we want to drive traffic to the group? Well, the group is going to allow you to nurture people further, more than just somebody who's top of funnel. And I'll show you how we do that and set these people into appointments as well. And so that was just one traffic source, the Facebook profile. Next, we have the Instagram profile. So I'm not going to go through all these, but pretty similar. Static links. You could even have highlights. I didn't mention that. The story highlights, you can use those on Facebook as well. Link in bio, posts, stories, inbound DMs, outbound DMs, same kind of thing. Calls to action in Reels. YouTube, I don't think we call this a profile. YouTube channel. Static links, link in the description of your video, links in your channel description. LinkedIn, same kind of thing. It's just going to be set up differently. So you have your static links in your featured section, inbound DMs, outbound DMs. One I forgot to mention was the links on your bio, Facebook bio. You have links to where you could put your website or your group. Same with Instagram is the link in bio, and LinkedIn as well. You can do that. And then even emails. If you have an email list, if you don't, start one, but if you do, the people on your email list, they obviously have signed up for information from you. Do you think there's a chance they may want to be part of your community? I'd say there's a high one. So now you can see you should be able to get tens, potentially hundreds of people a week to request to join your Facebook group. And I said request. There's a couple of ways they can join. So now we're moving all this traffic into the Facebook group, which we're using as a funnel. And again, you need to know why your Facebook group is valuable. No one's just going to join it for absolutely no reason. Why are they going to join your group? Well, your group is going to house a lead magnet, a guide or a course, some kind of exclusive access to you that they can't get elsewhere. Maybe live videos. Maybe once a week you go live. Maybe you do Q&As and you don't do those anywhere else. Give people an exclusive reason to join your Facebook group. Community. Maybe you have a community, a thriving community where people can network with each other and ask questions, which most Facebook groups don't do anymore. And VIP access as well. Just something the general public isn't going to get. And this takes me on to my next point. You may have heard, in addition to Facebook groups are dead, but nobody really joins Facebook groups anymore. Nobody really cares. The fact is, most groups are rubbish. Most groups, they're just treating people like a funnel. They're just treating people like come in, buy, and that's it. You still want to foster a sense of community and show up there for your audience and really help. Yes, we want to set appointments. Yes, we want to make sales, but above all, it's a community. This is where most people drop the ball. And so you move all of them into this group. Now, when they join the group, you have a couple of different options. One option is to gatekeep access, and the second option is to not gatekeep. Now, you can do either one, and you can be very successful both ways. It's a little bit sneaky. When you don't gatekeep access, you're still going to generate leads, but I'm going to show you how to do it the way that I did it, which was gatekeeping. It kind of positions you as a bit more of an authority and makes people really agree to your terms and conditions to join the group. So when they come in to join the group, they're going to be faced with 3 entry questions. And if these change over time, guys, if Facebook removes the ability to ask questions, they add more, they remove more, you can always change it. It's all social calibration. So we ask 3 questions. The first one is to create interaction and qualify the person. The second is to actually build our email list, give away a resource, and add them to our nurture campaign. And the third question is to generate ready-to-buy leads. A small percentage of people will be ready to see your offer and be ready to see exactly what you have and how they can work with you. If those people are ready, we obviously want to move them to a call. So you have these 3 questions here. And you'll see we have a very strategic process. Most people using a Facebook group, you may have seen some people share some things like this, but I promise you, nobody has this dialed in like we do. And so if people are coming and they're answering question 1, let's say, so they've qualified, they've told you that they're in your niche and they've told you a bit about their goals or desires, we are then going to use that and move that into a DM conversation. We are going to try and nurture that person We're not going to try and sell them. We're going to try and nurture them. We're going to see, where are they? What goals do they have? What challenges do they have? We're going to actually get them into a conversation. The next one, if somebody has asked for the lead magnet, which we find to be about 40% of people, then we're going to send them the lead magnet, which is going to add them to your email list, which you should absolutely be doing for a Facebook group. And it's going to add them to your email nurture sequence for follow-up and getting them to book a call and eventually buy. And if people answer question 3, they're ready to buy leads, or they're ready to book a call rather, we're going to move them to a DM conversation, just lightly qualify. And if they are qualified, then we're going to move them to where they could book a call. You can see I've got VSL here. I like to send people to just a short overview, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, just so they can see if it's for them and that they are qualified. Otherwise, people might tell you, I want to book a call, and you end up wasting time with the wrong people. If you don't have this yet, don't worry, skip over it. And then from there, they will come down to book a call. But let's stay up here and then we will move further down in a minute. From question 3, they could be unqualified. If they're unqualified, no problem. If they are intent unqualified, then you could let them go. But if they are just simply budget unqualified or something else, we're going to try and sell them something else. We're not going to leave any gaps in this pipeline, guys. It's not just client or no client. If somebody doesn't have the full capacity to work with you, that doesn't mean they don't have any funds that they would want to invest. And the top 1% of marketers, they are collecting money from the 97% of unqualified leads. That's what I want to teach you how to do. So if they're unqualified, we are downselling them some kind of information product, something that doesn't take any extra effort or any resources from you. So this is a really nice automated way of making profit. From here, so just to recap, they've either answered question 1 or 2 or 3 or a combination of them. And most likely you've got them into a DM conversation and potentially got them on your email list now, where your nurture sequence is emailing them over the next 5 days or however many emails you have set up to nurture them into booking a call. And then you're also nurturing them by DMs as well. If you've nurtured them, if they've come to question 3, they've come to the VSL. Even if they haven't, then what you are doing here is you are moving these people who have answered question 1 and question 2, you are moving them through the DM conversation and the email nurture sequence to get them either qualified or unqualified. If they're unqualified, continue to nurture them in the group and then try and sell them something else. Eventually, you want to continue to nurture to where more qualified people pop out the other side. You can move them to that VSL, and then the VSL is going to do its job in combination with your conversational skills as well and qualifying them. Once they come to the VSL, then they are getting down to where they are being booked for a call or not booked for a call. So you can see now how we've literally moved people from traffic. It seems quite seamless, but we've moved them now into booking a call or not booking a call. And you may wonder what happens with all the people who get stuck in this process here. Not everybody's going to become a call. Absolutely not. I'm going to share with you some percentages as well of how many people we typically get into lead magnets, how many people we get into calls. But these people, this is where your job of nurturing with the group is going to happen. This is where your job of your content, of your live videos, of checking in with your group members, working and nurturing your group members comes in. So down here, they're going to come to booking a call or not booking a call. Now, if they book the call, then we're going to do even more work, which is pretty much automated. So it's not really work, I should say, but it's going to be more nurturing on your part to them. So if they book the call, guess what? Now they're going to get the pre-call emails and SMS reminders and nurture emails, not just annoying reminders, but actually nurturing them before the call. Once they book the call, they're also going to get a confirmation video, and then they're going to see some of your case studies. We don't want to overwhelm them with too much. We don't want to give them 5, 10, 15 videos or a webinar to watch. Very short, 1 to 2 minute video, just so they can see your case studies and a couple of emails and text messages to nurture and make sure they actually show up. That's if they book the call. If they do not book the call from here, then we're going to get them in a call booking automation. This call booking automation is going to send them emails and text messages to get them to book. And if they still don't book, we're going to attempt to downsell them an info product as well. And I could even add one more here. If they don't book the call, you still want to continue to nurture them via this DM conversation. So you're still nurturing them all the way. And you have that social intelligence because they did request a call. So there's just something holding them back. So if the emails can do its job, if the text messages can do its job, and if you can do your job in conversation, you know they had some kind of interest. It's now your job to nurture them until they are ready for that call. So this is what happens with all the people who don't book. Now, once the call is booked, they are either going to show up or not show up. For simplicity's sake, we're going to assume that they show up on the sales call. If they don't show up, I didn't add this here, but we're just going to send them to a no-show automation, which is going to push them back to booking a call and messaging them as well. They show up to the sales call now. So remember, I may be repeating myself, but we've moved them from cold traffic into the group, through the funnel, nurtured them with content, nurtured them with conversation, and moved them now into booking a call. Now they've booked the sales call and you've shown up. So you've taken a stranger through your group using that as a funnel and community to the call. Now they come to the sales call. And I hope you can appreciate the level of detail here because I don't like leaving money on the table. And that's what I teach my clients as well. We want to maximize our revenue, maximize profits, and don't leave money on the table. Because if they don't spend it with you, they're going to go somewhere else. They come to the sales call. One of two outcomes is going to happen. You're going to make a sale or you're not going to make a sale. You make a sale, you get cash collected. Beautiful. That was the goal all along. We've helped somebody create a transformation and collected cash. And now it's time to onboard the client. If they don't close, well, then you have a few options. Maybe they just weren't right for this offer or this offer wasn't right for them. Maybe they just didn't have sufficient funds. Maybe there was a few different things to where they would get started, but they can't get started with this product or service. Well, then you have that info product in your back pocket. And you could have multiple info products. I really recommend when starting out until you have a nice big booming business, maybe 6 figures a month. You want to just have you have your single high ticket offer, and then you could have one downsell, which is still kind of like mid to high ticket, maybe $500, $1,000, $1,500, anywhere from that $500 to $2,000 range, so that you can still collect a nice chunk of cash. But this is automated. This is not something that's essentially taking your time up. And so you're going to downsell this info product here. That's one option that you have. And that would be the same info product that we're trying to sell over here as well. Now, let's say they're not suitable for that info product, or they're just not ready to work with you. They still don't trust you. Well, guess what? These people are still in your group. You are still checking in with them via DMs. They are still seeing your live videos. They are still seeing your posts. They are still getting your emails. So you're still nurturing them. They're still on this flywheel. They're still getting closer and closer and closer to the sale with every single day. But for today's example, they haven't sold. They haven't converted on the sales call here. No sale, not to worry. We're not going to let them out of the system. We're here. For the no sale, we're going to put them into CRM follow-up because they were interested at some point. They may be ready in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. They may be ready to take this downsell at some point. All it's going to take is a quick message from you every 2 to 4 weeks, following up, checking in, seeing where you can be of assistance, sending some additional trainings, not just saying, hey, you ready to buy? Are you ready to buy? But sending some additional trainings, nurturing, actually giving a toss about people and helping them. So you have your CRM follow-up. You have an email, what we call a DNB sequence. And guys, you can build this out massive. Like ours is like 72 emails long. But essentially you want to nurture people, help them, share some case studies, testimonials, client results, new content that you're putting up. All these things that where most people don't make the sale, they just say, next, next. We're not like everybody else. If you don't buy from me, I'm still going to nurture you. Because guess what? This isn't taking any of my time. It's an automated sequence. DNB did not buy. And an SMS DNB sequence as well. So now, you want to be socially intelligent with this. I may send an email multiple times a week. I'm not going to text people every bloody day, right? So be socially calibrated with this as well. So even if they haven't bought, guess what? You're checking in with them, showing them you're there, showing them you care, helping them with more information. They're getting emails from you on automation and SMS on automation as well. And then this is where it moves back in. With the CRM follow-up, you can make re-offers. With the emails, you can make re-offers. With the SMS, you can make re-offers. And with all of these, you can move them back to the downsell if necessary as well. So it could be a re-offer for your main product or for your downsell. And so let's take a zoomed out look here. And I hope you can appreciate the complexity and simplicity of this. I mean, it is a very simple process. I don't know if you can see that too well. It is a very simple process, but it's as complex as it needs to be. And that's a juxtaposition. You want a simple business, yes. But if it's too simple, people can just copy it. And if it's too simple, we wouldn't be able to do things like this. So you need a certain level of complexity. Now, I wanted to rush to get this video out to you guys, so I don't have any publicly available link or anything for this yet, or some extra resources. But depending on when you're watching this, check the description. I may make this publicly available, and there may be some extra resources for you in the description as well. So when you're watching this, check that. If they're there, great. If not, check back. And you can literally install this yourself. You can even take a screenshot of this. This is the 40,000 foot view, guys. And this is just one process in our business. So you can see how seriously we take this, both in our own business and when we work with clients. This is what we help you build out. This is just one process. And you see, we don't let anybody fall through the cracks. We don't lose any leads. We don't lose any sales. We don't lose any revenue or any profit whatsoever that we can prevent ourselves from doing so. And when we do realize a leak in the bucket, we patch it. But we are not done there. I want to share just one more thing with you, if it's okay with you, of course. Let me share our internal document with you. I don't normally share this out, but I thought it would be useful. And let me see if this is actually going to record on this Loom. I hope this shows up. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to re-record it. So I'm going to show you here our internal Facebook group client acquisition SOP. So what I showed you there is, public can kind of see what's going on. This is behind the scenes. Really wanted to give you a behind the scenes look. So with cold and warm traffic, this is what we're doing to generate top of funnel traffic into leads for our Facebook group. Once a week, we are posting with a call to action to our Facebook group or our lead magnet, because the lead magnet is housed inside the Facebook group. So either or, we could promote the community one week, we could promote the lead magnet the next week. And if you have multiple lead magnets, a free course, a free guide, anything, you can vary those up, make it really powerful. We also do once a week a call to action in stories, again, to the Facebook group or to whichever lead magnet. Live video weekly in the Facebook group. And then once this is recorded, or even prior to, you could promote this to your audience to drive traffic to your Facebook group and get more group joins. And remember, all these people are joining and then answering these questions. You get to take them through the conversational process, get them on your list, move them down that process that I showed you. Next is DM outreach. When you have something very valuable, a really valuable lead magnet, an amazing guide, maybe a 1.5 hour free course, whatever it is, maybe 9 free modules, you can outreach. And if you send that to, let's say, 30 people a day, 5, 10, 15 people are going to take you up on it, depending how you're positioned and depending how good it is. And so you can do outreach and start getting 5, 10, 15 group members every single day. Just make sure this is something that's not publicly available elsewhere. Otherwise, people are going to be a bit annoyed when they come in and they see, wow, I didn't even have to join this group or give anything up to get that. Promote your group, or rather I should say we promote our group to our email list once a week to drive people in who aren't in there already. And even the people who are, it will drive them back to the group to make sure they pay more attention and start seeing more of the content in there. Checking the static posts. So I showed you the static post I had on my Facebook profile at the time. And so you can automate these, but certain times you can't. So I know on the Facebook profile, you can't automate that with Go High Level or ManyChat. So you just check that daily or every couple of days. For those who requested the lead magnet or group access, you send it to them. The SOP for new group members. So we are very strict with this. We don't let anybody fall through the cracks. So this could either be you or your appointment setter. So for us, we start conversations with every single person who joins the group. My philosophy is, hey mate, you're in my group. You came to learn from me. I'm going to nurture you. I'm going to try and help you. I don't just want you coming in there and then just not saying anything. Some people take time to warm up, but I'm going to do my best to see where I can be of service, not just try and pitch you something, whether that is getting you the lead magnet, whether that is tagging you in some videos, whether that's sending you a resource, whether that's answering some questions, maybe that's moving you to a call. Whichever way it is, I'm going to be there being of service. And with the conversations, we move people through a process where we find out their current situation in their niche, in my niche, where their business is, their desired situation, the challenges they're currently facing, and if they are looking for help with that. If they're not looking for one-on-one or personal help, we can send them some content that would assist and follow up. And if they are, we can move them to a call. The second thing we want to do with group members, new group members, is aim to get everybody on the email list via the free asset for everyone who didn't already request it. What that means in plain English is the people who answered yes to question 2, they're going to the email list. The people who didn't, we are going to offer it to them in the DMs as well. Because I already know that when people come through the email list, we're going to set a certain number of those people into calls. A certain number of those people are going to open email 1. A certain number are going to open email 2. A certain number are going to open email 3. A certain number are going to book into calls as well. So we want to get people in as many communication mediums as we can. And then the next KPI with new group members is to prioritize all question 3s. Think about it. These people raised their hand. These people said, yes, I want a call. I want to learn about how you can help me. So we don't want to let these people fall by the wayside. Prioritize these people, quickly qualify them, as in-depth as we need to, but they've already expressed interest, and then move them to the VSL page, and then make sure they book in. If they don't, follow up with them. Get them in the automation. And we want to tag these people appropriately so we don't forget to get back to them. How many of them will not respond to our message or not see it? How many may not go to the VSL page right there and then? How many may go there and not book their call? You want to make sure you're following up with all of these people. So now that you've moved the traffic into the group and started these conversations and moved forward the new group members, how do we actually work our leads? This is something people always miss in Facebook groups. They're only looking to drive the new traffic. We get meetings booked every single week from people who have been in our group a week, 4 weeks, 3.5 months, because we work our group leads. And so our KPI with our team is follow up with all the Q3s who didn't book. Like I mentioned here, everybody who requested a call but didn't book yet, want to follow up with them, want to make sure we get them on the calendar as quickly as possible. Next, we want to continue all active conversations to either qualify and book a call or deliver additional trainings if those people aren't ready to book a call yet. Send them training, send them resources, and mark follow-up dates so nobody falls through the cracks. And I say continue all active conversations. If somebody hasn't replied after 5, 6, 7 messages, okay, it's probably not a good point wasting time on them right now. Come back to them later. But if they just have missed 1 or 2 messages, we want to still reignite that conversation. They may have gotten busy. They may have forgotten. Life happens. And then only after all that do we want to follow up with all the dead conversations, like I mentioned, monthly at a minimum, but ideally more like fortnightly or bi-weekly for my audience in America. Want to follow up with these people. And again, use social intelligence. If somebody isn't replying, they're probably scared of being sold or they don't want to talk to you. So guess what? I'm going to give them something so bloody valuable that they have to reply. Not everybody's gonna, but if I could give them a free training that I created that was 50 minutes long that's going to solve the problems they said they had when they came in the group, do you think that makes them more likely to reply? I'd say so. So this is how we work our group leads. And you want to track these guys. Track these on Notion, track these in a spreadsheet. Ideally, track these in a CRM. That's what I recommend. But no excuses no matter where you're starting from. And so here are our KPIs overall. So our KPIs, we want to see 40% of group joins to emails collected. This is either directly through question 2 or through the people we are DMing as well who didn't answer question 2, and we want to get the lead magnet in their hands and get them on our email list. We want to see 10% group joinings to meetings set. Again, that's either through question 3 or through the DMs that we are setting with people who we are qualifying. Now, this doesn't just mean 10% of people requesting it, 10% of people actually getting on the calendar. So for every 100 group joins, we want to see 10 meetings come through. And this is really nice because if you have 100 group joins a week, if you have 10 people come through to meetings and you close at 30%, you're signing up 3 clients a week. At that point, all you need to do is scale the traffic. If you know the metric and you know the conversions, you just need to scale the traffic, because that's the constraint to getting more sales and getting more clients. Even if your conversion rate is 25%, then you know for every 100 group members, you're getting 2.5 clients. For every 400 group members, you're getting 10 clients. So if you can get 400 group members a month, 800 group members a month, you can scale accordingly. And another KPI we have, I'm very focused on nurturing and helping people, not just making the sale. We all like to make a lot of money, but guess what? When people see that you're going to help them, even when they're not paying you, it makes them more likely to pay you, or even to recommend you to other people, which is always great as well. So our KPI is to send a useful piece of nurture content to at least 10 group members a day. They may not be ready for a call. They may not be ready to buy. They may have been on a call and not bought, but we're going to send them a useful piece of content at least to 10 people every single day. And that is the group process in a nutshell. However, this is just one strategy, guys. This will not work unless you have other things in place. You know, you want to have your positioning, you want to have a great offer in place. So I'm not here to tell you that a Facebook group will just be the end all be all, but when used correctly and you have your offer in place, you have your traffic sources in place, you have your sales processes in place, which is exactly what we help our clients install in their businesses. And then we help them install just a few simple funnels just like this to actually drive people to sales and start converting 5, 10, 15 plus clients a month. If you're interested in getting our help doing that, I'll leave a link in the description where you can. But other than that, you can steal this, guys. You have my permission. Take this, implement it into your own business. Let me know in the comments how it helps you out. And let me know if you enjoy videos like this where I'm breaking down things and showing you the processes. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time.